Hello and welcome to Diabetes Destroyer Talks. One question I keep getting asked is, Doctor, how can we deal with cravings? I have these severe cravings for sweets. What shall I do? How can I deal with them? And this is a very common question, and that is why we'll look into this in some detail today. First, don't beat yourself up. It is the disease process that is causing the cravings. Either it is the high insulin level which is driving it, or it is the bad gut bacteria because they crave carbohydrates for their growth, and that is why they make you crave the carbohydrates. Or it is the chemicals present in the processed foods that you are ingesting. For example, a packet of chips. It is engineered specifically in a way that it will make you want more and more. And that is why you can't eat just one. It is very true, and it is specifically made so that you can't really eat just one. You want more and more. So don't beat yourself up. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel ashamed. Rather, understand where it's coming from so that we can deal with it. Okay, this is the reason why I'm feeling this way, and I know that I have to do something about it. Not that, I am weak-willed. It has nothing to do with willpower being weak or strong. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the disease process. And therefore, stop feeling either ashamed or guilty about it. Rather, develop a resolve that I am going to beat it. So how are you going to beat it? There are many things that you can do. One, motivate yourself. It could be that there's a particular outfit that you want to wear, a particular pair of jeans you want to get into, and that is why you want to lose weight. Or it could be simply that you want to get healthy. Why do you want to get healthy? Maybe you want to go out and play. Maybe you're older and you want to play with your grandkids. So whatever it is that motivates you, create a picture of it in your mind, or even a physical picture that you can put up on your cupboard door. Maybe your jeans, that you put out the jeans so that where you can see them, or a picture of your grandchildren where you can see every day. So that motivates you. This is why I'm doing it. So when I have the craving, I'm not going to give in to it because I'm doing it for this reason, and this reason is more important than the craving. I know that I have to bring myself to that level so that I can achieve this goal that I have set myself. And the craving is not going to get in the way of achieving that goal. So that is motivation. Then, very often, although you want to eat something, but it is not actually hunger, it is thirst. So drink something. Drink a glass of water and you may find your craving go away. Or drink a flavored water, flavored with lemon, for example, and that will help your craving. So being adequately hydrated, you will have less craving. Protein. Protein gives you that satiety, that fullness, that satisfaction. And when you have enough protein, you will find that your cravings will decrease drastically. How much is enough protein? About 4 to 6 ounces per meal. That is about 120 to 180 grams per meal of, let's say, chicken breast, 120 grams. Of course, not all of it will be protein. So let's say 30 grams of that would be protein. So maybe if you can hit about 40 grams of protein per meal, you will find your cravings will be much less or even negligible. So that's protein. Then, don't keep temptation at home. You find that you touch that packet of chips and you're gone. So you're going to keep on eating until you finish it, and if there's a second packet, you will consume that as well, and a third, because of course you can't eat just one. So don't have the temptation at home. Don't buy them. Don't keep them at home, because once it is there, then willpower comes into the equation. And willpower is really a difficult thing to resist. So don't allow willpower to get into the equation. Don't keep these tempting foods in the house where they are within easy reach. no sugary drinks, no processed or ultra processed foods. Don't keep them at all. Fried foods, they're often fried in trans fats, in fats that have been reused many times, and they're going to be really bad for our health. Biscuits, they have refined flour, they have trans fats, they have everything that's bad. Exercise, when that happens, when the temptation strikes you, distract yourself. Work. Okay, nowadays we are all working from home. If you have time available when there is no work, go online. There is so many plentiful resources available for various things. It could be personal growth, it could be just entertainment, it could be your professional growth, or whatever it is that you like, some music, some dance video that you can follow. Distract yourself. If you do exercise, so much the better. You'll find your craving just goes away. It is just momentary, and if you can deal with that moment, then it will go away. What I like to do is to identify the source. This is something that I like to do. So, is it coming from my head? That means it's the thought of the particular food that I just can't resist, I have to eat it. Or is it coming from my mouth? The taste that maybe I read somewhere about a particular food and I start salivating. And I have to have that. I have to have that. Or is it coming from my tummy? If it's coming from the tummy, that's probably hunger. But if it is coming from the mouth, that feeling that I have to eat this because I just remembered the way, the texture, the taste, the flavor is on my tongue, and I have to have that. Or if I remember, the feeling, the crunch, or the softness of a chocolate mousse, I have to have that. Then that is something that you can overcome. Hunger is something that you have to have. But the rest of it, you can do it. You can overcome it by distracting yourself or by exercising. So you know that these can be overcome. But if it is real hunger, say you're going in for intermittent fasting, you decided you're not going to eat for 16 hours or 18 hours or whatever it is that you decide, and you're feeling hungry, and you know that it's happening in the pit of your stomach and you're really hungry. I find that maybe chewing on 2 peanuts, and that act of chewing, it gives you that satisfaction that yes, you've eaten something, and that is enough to take away that edge of hunger, so that you're not hangry anymore. And when you keep on doing this, your blood sugar levels will stabilize, your insulin levels will stabilize, and the cravings will decrease gradually, and they will completely go away to a level where if you were craving sweet things, you'll find that when you do eat sweet, your palate has changed completely. And what you used to like is now just too sweet for you to tolerate, and it's completely unpalatable, and you don't want to go back to that food anymore. So that can happen as well. Lastly, mindfulness or meditation. When you eat, don't just shove it into your mouth, sitting in front of the TV, and you're not even aware that you're doing that. Taste it, feel the texture, feel the flavor, taste the flavor. So then you may find that instead of eating the whole bag of chips, just one chip you can eat just one, because that has satisfied the craving that you had, because you're now aware of what you're eating. You're grateful to the people who have produced that. You're grateful for the process through which it has come to your table. Mindfulness, gratitude, meditation, these will calm down the hyper level in your brain, which is making you anxious and maybe even a bit of depression, and that is why you're craving certain foods. You're trying to fill that place of depression with food. But if you're able to fill it with mindfulness or gratitude, then you may find that you don't need it anymore. So these are a few tips that you can follow when the craving hits you. All the best.